Good evening, nerds, it's Pharah. It's time to continue the Overwatch hype train. If you don't know what Overwatch is yet, it's a team-based first-person shooter based around objectives, most commonly compared to Team Fortress 2. You'll be using unique heroes to battle in 6 vs 6 combat. Anyway, I've been doing a series to take a look at all of the heroes currently announced, taking a peek into their skills and gameplay to get myself and you guys ready for when it goes live. The last episode was about Mercy, but next up, we'll be taking a look at the hero my girlfriend is most excited about.
I will protect the innocent.
Pharah. Fariha Amari is a 32-year-old security chief from Egypt working for Helix Security. She fulfills an offensive role. Fariha, or Pharah, dreamed of following her mother's footsteps of joining the global peacekeeping force, Overwatch. She committed her life to that dream, enlisting in the Egyptian army and rising up through the ranks. However, just before she had the opportunity to join Overwatch, it was disbanded. After that, she was employed by Helix Security International, where she received training in the Raptora Mark 6, an experimental combat suit designed for rapid mobility and devastating firepower. Anyway, let's have a peek at her weapons and abilities. First off, the rocket launcher is Pharah's main weapon, which is on left click. When used, it makes a mess of your pots and pans. No, but seriously, when used, it fires a rocket. The rocket is a projectile which does AoE knockback damage on hit. To me, this looks exactly like the standard rocket launcher that we all know and love from Quake Arena. With direct hits, the rockets will do massive damage. However, since it's a projectile, it will be hard to hit. If there are any Quake players switching to Overwatch, they will have a massive advantage using this weapon. The rocket launcher will be amazing for locking down areas or corridors, or even just sieging objectives. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to use it to rocket jump too, but it might not be very useful when considering Pharah's next skill exists. Jump Jet is Pharah's shift ability, which gives her a boost from a jetpack, launching her into the air. This will allow Pharah to get up into high ground ledges to rain down rockets from above, or even just get above the battlefield to also rain down rockets. It could also be used as an escape ability as it is quite quick. It does, however, have a fairly large cooldown. With that said, it goes really well with the next ability. Hover Jets. Pharah has a fuel meter in the middle of the screen which you can use to hover while in the air. Correct usage of this, tapping and refilling, will allow you to hover long distances at a slow pace or keep yourself in the air after getting up there with the jump jet. Combination of the jump jet and hover jet will allow for a lot of airtime for Pharah and will be a hard combination to master properly. If mastered though, will grant massive positional advantages that lesser skilled players wouldn't be able to pull off. Her E ability is the Concussive Blast. Pharah launches a blast from her wrist weapon. When it hits the target, it explodes and causes massive knockback to all enemies hit. This ability seems really strong and just adds to Pharah's ability to control areas. Imagine trying to push down an alleyway or corridor that a Pharah has locked down. She bombards you with rockets, then when you get close to her, just knocks you back with a Concussive Blast. Again, another ability that will need a lot of practice with the timing to hit good blasts, but once mastered, will be incredibly powerful. Barrage, Pharah's ultimate ability. Pharah launches a poop load of mini rockets all over the place. It is targeted in a general direction, but a rather large AoE. This just adds on to Pharah's devastating AoE. All I'm saying is that when you see a Pharah on the other team, staying close together is probably an extremely bad idea. She'll definitely break your pots and pans. Pharah will have to be careful when she uses this ultimate though. The ideal scenario is when enemies are grouped up for an objective. I could see this ability being wasted very easily on the wrong position, on smaller amounts of players or areas where players can easily get out of the way. So how will Pharah play out in the average game? Pharah's playstyle will be dishing out massive damage in mid-range positions, locking down objectives with AoE damage and pushing enemies back from advantageous positions. Pharah is going to take a lot of practice to learn the timings of all the projectiles she has and to use the jump jet and hover jet combination well. When there isn't much action, knowing the maps well will be huge to know where to throw out random rockets to lock down positions. Concussive will be a difficult ability to use as it could work against you if not hit correctly or used incorrectly. You don't want to be pushing enemies into your allies, and you definitely don't want to push them closer to the objectives. Even though all of her abilities are nothing special to Overwatch and have been seen in other games, I think Pharah has the ability to shine in the hands of a really high-skilled player. As said before, I would love to see some Quake player or professional on Overwatch to see what she can do with those rockets. Pharah's weakness will be against heroes that have long-range capabilities or the ability to dodge rockets well. Pharah will be weak at long range due to having projectiles that can be dodged. The further away the enemy is, the harder it will be to hit the shot. Widowmaker definitely comes to mind first. As long as the Widowmaker has good aim and keeps her distance, Pharah will be in trouble. Tracer comes to mind next, as she can dodge rockets with her time-traveling abilities. And maybe Roadhog, as he may be able to pull Pharah in with his chain at mid-range. I'm not exactly sure on the range of this interaction though. That does it for this brief look at Pharah. Personally, Pharah is a hero that excites me a lot. I've always loved Quake, and I think Pharah has a large learning curve where skill will shine through. Hitting rockets will feel very satisfying, as will controlling perfect hoverjets. I think she may be one of the offensive heroes that I play the most. Thanks for watching. I'll see you nerds tomorrow with another video. Peace, guys.